All right, we're going to go ahead and get started, everybody. Okay, so thank you for being here. My name is Chad Campbell. I am the House Democratic leader and represent District 24. This is our first Monday briefing, so good to see everybody. And this will be a regular occurrence as we move forward in session, so look forward to working with all of you. Today, Arizona House Democrats are unveiling our policy agenda for 2014, designed to restore the state's economic stability and to lay the groundwork for a stronger future. As we all know, our state is recovering from a difficult past few years, and Arizonans have struggled with high unemployment, incomes that aren't rebounding, and higher costs of living on top of that. Our schools have been forced to absorb deep budget cuts, and our public and private infrastructure have been neglected, severely neglected. Despite all this, though, Arizona has made progress, but it's not enough, and we've talked about this since the state of the state. The short-sighted decision-making of Governor Brewer has not prepared Arizona to be competitive in the long run, both at the regional level as well as the international level. That's exactly why House Democrats are focused on building a foundation for the Arizona that we not just don't want today, but also the one we want for the next 10 years. And that starts with building a stronger education system. The K-12 system has suffered from a long-term lack of stable and very critical funding. If we expect our schools to prepare our kids for college in this increasingly global economy, we have to invest in education. That includes providing resources for the reforms we've already implemented, and it also means not stealing money from the new money that schools are now getting because of inflation funding, especially when that money is going to be used to, in essence, build some, what I think I'm calling now is some infrastructure scheme that will not benefit a lot of the schools around the state. Bottom line is that we have to treat our schools, our teachers, and our students with the respect they deserve and give them the focus and the capital resources they need to succeed. On top of that, we also need to focus on higher education. We need to make sure that there are opportunities available to all students who want to pursue a higher education. And unlike Mr. Kavanaugh, I believe there's a lot of students that need to go to universities and community colleges to succeed in this state. And the most important thing we can do for those students is make sure that tuition is affordable, make sure that tuition rates are stable, they're not increasing exponentially each year, so the students and their families can plan. And most importantly, something we've been fighting for many years, and we'll do it again this year, is making sure that the state is funding financial aid for students. It is a travesty that Arizona does not provide state money for financial aid for students who are pursuing higher education. That's got to change, and we need that in the budget this year, and we're going to work on that. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Representative Gallego, and he's going to talk about some other issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Campbell. For the record, my name is Ruben Gallego. I'm the state representative for District 27, South Phoenix, Levine, Downtown Phoenix, Tempe, and Hill River Indian Community. I, as well, am the System Minority Leader for the House Democrats. As in the past, the Democrats are going to be focusing also on job creation. We know that creating jobs, investing in the infrastructure will help move Arizona's long-term economic stability forward. We know that a couple areas that we always invest do have direct return on investment. We invest in our tourism, we invest in our parks, and we invest in our highways. We know that there's a direct correlation between that and job creation. Also, we've all been talking about this, is our historic and long-term relationship with Mexico and our trade businesses with Mexico. We know it's an important job generator. It is our biggest trading partner. We need to continue doing that. But in light of that, we also need to actually truly treat them as partners, as well as many of the people that are here from Mexico that are not fully enjoying the economic benefits of America. We still have not given our dreamers licenses. We still have not given our dreamers the opportunity to go to school for in-state tuition. There are currently bills that have been introduced by state reps here in Arizona that would actually allow both of these things to occur. And Speaker Tobin really believes that we should have a good relationship and wants to turn over the new page from SB 1070 days, for which he voted for. The way to do that is to allow these bills to come down to the floor and have an up and down vote. And now I'd like to also introduce Representative Bruce Wheeler. He will talk to you a little more about our CPS funding. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Gallego. For the record, my name is Bruce Wheeler, Minority House Whip. I represent LD 10 in Tucson. And I want to quickly address one of the most critical issues before us. Obviously, that is fixing child protective services. My concern is that This not just the efforts that the governor has recommended not just be a nameplate change, but that there really be fundamental changes. Last week, some of us here heard Chuck Flanagan, the new director, say that preventive services were going to be very critical to improving and fixing CPS. Well, the governor's budget holds nothing for preventive services. In the areas of child care, alcohol abuse, and domestic violence, we see nothing to prevent kids from having the problem to begin with and having therefore to go to CPS for help. So we will continue to demand accountability from the leadership in the child welfare system. We have to find ways to bring monies in to address the issues of preventive care. I am convinced the Democrats in the House are absolutely convinced that we can do better and that we can take CPS out of this crisis that we find ourselves in. This is on the governor's watch, the 6552 cases that were not heard. It is her responsibility and the Republicans to come up with solutions. I don't think that they've done a good job of that, and we stand ready to provide the alternative. And for that, we have the priorities in front of you. We've worked on this document that goes into greater detail, and we're here to answer any questions that you may